Hello, everybody. As promised, this is a short, quick video. Hopefully, it will be concise enough to answer all the questions that you may have, or at least go over a lot of the details that we are hoping to have fulfilled before we go to the mission trip in Spindale, North Carolina. Let's just start off really quick with talking about where we're going. We're going to Spindale, North Carolina. It's at the foothills, the eastern foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's in a Tri-City area. There's Spindale, there's Rutherford, and Forest City. So you have these three cities. They're in this one county called Rutherfordton, and we will be there. We will be helping out the communities in that area, and we will be helping like churches and nonprofits and joining in with some really great organizations that do a lot for that community. We are going with this Youth Works, which is a organization in and of itself, and they've been around for a long time. And what they do is basically they find a community like this and they make partnerships, and then they come back every summer, and then they rely on youth groups to come up there and help them out throughout the summertime. So it's a great organization. I've worked with them for 10 years now. They do an amazing job. It's sort of a camp / mission trip. So it's not a huge emphasis on you're serving and you're gonna, break your back and do all these, crazy things, labor intensive or whatever. It's built to do that, but it's also built to give you the idea that it's really important to build relationships in the community and relationships amongst each other as a group who is serving in these situations. So I love it. I love working with them. They do some great partnerships wherever we serve. I have been here before at this particular location, and it's absolutely wonderful. It is a rural location. So if you're a student or you yourself who's chaperoning have never been to sort of a rural location to serve, it's an eye-opening experience. You're definitely breaking out of the bubble a little bit. So that being said, once again, we are going on Sunday, July 14th. We will leave probably at 6 a.m., no later. The only reason why we would leave earlier that morning is I usually get a call from the site director about a week before we depart, and that's the final sort of lowdown on what time everything begins, what time the expectations for us are to be there on Sunday night. Because Sunday night's a really big deal, because once we get there, we will be sharing our space with probably 2 other churches, 2 other youth groups. So they want to do a mass orientation just to make sure everybody's situated and knows what's going on through the week. So it's really important for us to be there at the time that they tell us. So I'm thinking, with it being about a 10-hour ride up to the location, we will leave at 6 a.m. at the latest. So with that being said, might want to get here about 5:45, because I really would like to hit the road about 6 a.m. Now, if that should change, like I said, it's not going to get any later than 6. So it might be earlier, but I will put out a final email with some final reminders and some final specifics and details as far as logistics are concerned. As soon as I hear from the site director that day, I will be like, boom, and I will relay it to everybody. We will return Friday the 19th, and my goal is to probably be back by 8 o'clock in the evening. One of the reasons why we wouldn't be back any earlier is because on Fridays they like the groups that are there to break down everything and to just put away stuff and make things nice for the next group that's coming in. So we want to be a part of that. We want to help out in that, but we also want them to take into consideration that we are from Florida, we have a long ways to drive, so please give us some leeway there. And most of the time they do. So I'll know better again once we get closer, but we will be back on the 19th of July, that Friday. So we have 5 boys coming along. We have 4 girls. We have 2 adult male chaperones, and we have 2 adult female chaperones. 13 altogether. We do have a couple of situations with students where one will be meeting us up there because they will already be up there on vacation. And I believe one will be taking off early because their parents are going to be up there, or they'll pick them up on that day, the day we leave, but they won't be going home with us because they will be up there in that area for vacation. So how transportation is going to look, we have a lot of regulations with our Florida Conference of UMC with insurance liabilities, with the cars that we rent and the buses we rent and the vans we rent. I'm not going to take a church bus this summer with the amount of students that we have, which is really low, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I find that mission trips with a small group are much more better. We don't need the big bus, and I believe the big bus is not adequate for long travels. And if you know anything about our mission trip last summer, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm bypassing all that. Going to rent and like I said, there's regulations about what we can rent and how big the car can be with insurance liability through the conference. Best thing I can do this year is get one of the big SUVs that sits close to 8 people. And then we also have one of our adult female chaperones, Diane Barber, who's going to be driving, and we'll be, between the 2 cars, we'll be able to carry everybody up there that we need to carry. Diane's a great leader. She's a mission guru, and she went on the trip with us last year, and I'm so glad that she's able to do that again with us this year. So I have all the trust in the world, and I'm just glad that she's going to be helping us out. But she will be helping out and driving. Day in and day out kind of schedules. A lot of times the gist is we try to do service work. We try to have some fun. We try to incorporate some devotion time and some worship time, and it all kind of just, it fills up the whole day. Usually we do about 4, maybe 5 hours of service in the morning. In the afternoon, we have some fun, and then in the evening we do worship and some group exercises and group reflections and stuff like that too. So it is a packed day for most of the days. Some situations, I do know that the site director will have some things that are like fun outings. We'll probably go to, I think they said, I think there's a park that we can go to. I've been to this one particular park. It's amazing. Downtown area at Forest City is just, it's like a Hallmark Christmas card downtown. You know, it's really cute. But there's a lot of things to do. They're asking us to please, and you know, tell everybody to bring some money, because obviously some of the things we want to do will cost money. And that is something I will remind everybody of. Also, you want to bring some money for the fact that in transportation purposes, we will be stopping for lunch. Students are going to want snacks, drinks, whatever. And then that's just the ride up. On the ride home, it's the same deal. You want to have lunch money, you want to have snacks money, drinks money, stuff like that. And then some extra dollars for anything fun. We're not going to Disney World. We don't need like $120 for one day or something like that. But maybe an extra 20 in there just to get ice cream, or if they want to do some souvenir shopping, whatever. So definitely, you know, think about that. So other than that, that's pretty much our day, and that's how it will work. I want to get into, first of all, let's get the paperwork out of the way. I want to talk to you about the paperwork that I sent out in that email. I had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 attachments. One of them was a link that you need to go to actually do the paperwork on the link. The rest of it is actual printout attachments that you will need to do the waivers on. And one of them, of course, is our own Hyde Park UMC liability release form. And that's something that we definitely need, and we need it notarized as well. Okay, I'm a notary. I can do that for you. If you would like to get it done and get it notarized, please, by all means, I'm your guy. I'll do it. But there's also some other waivers. One for the Rutherfordton Minted Original, which is like a housing project situation. You have one for Habitat for Humanity. You have one for Heart and Foothills, which is, I think, kind of like a equestrian therapy program. I've never been to that one, but it looks interesting. And then you have the Oakland Living Center. I can guarantee you that's going to be helping out the elderly. And that's pretty much it. If there's any more, I'll let you know. But I mean, that's all they've sent to me and told me that we need to fill out. Now, it's not a guarantee we're going to be at all these places, but just in case, we have all of the paperwork done and everything is set, so we don't have to worry about, you know, people not being able to go to that particular site. So those are the things we need to get done. The Hyde Park UMC waiver as well, the one that needs to be notarized, that one link. And if you don't see that email, or if you can't find anything, let me know. I'll resend it again. It's no big deal. The big thing though is I need you to go to the dashboard, and I sent the link out a couple times in emails, particularly in the one that I'm talking about with the rest of the waivers attached to it. You need to go to the dashboard and do all the paperwork for YouthWorks. That is essential. It's all essential. I need it all. But that is something we have to do right away, because they need to know the pertinent information before we get up there. And the faster we can do it on the dashboard of YouthWorks, the better off we are. If you cannot find that link to the dashboard, please get in touch with me right away. If you have trouble getting onto the dashboard, please get in touch with me right away. Most of the time, it's something that maybe it's the link that I sent or how it was sent or whatever. I just need to resend it. But if you are having other issues, then we'll definitely need to call out tech support from them and you know, try and figure out what's going on. So that's what I need as far as paperwork. One of the things that I will talk about too is the balance for the rest of the trip. You should have already paid a $100 deposit to hold your seat. And as far as the balance is concerned, what I'm going to do is have a link set up probably about a week before we take off that will invite you to come on and pay your balance through that link with the church. So I'll be sending out information about that. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about that, because we do need to pay for it. So just hang tight on the payment part. As far as packing, okay, essentials, you know, you want to have a bedding system, whatever that's going to look like for you. Sleeping bag, a cot. I recommend an air mattress. A twin air mattress is really all you need, but you will need to bring some, you know, sheets, pillow, blanket, whatever. That is essential. And what I would recommend is to, if you're not buying a brand new air mattress, you need to look at your old air mattress, blow it up before you send it off, because what happens a lot of times is, you know, you go into the attic or the garage, you get your air mattress that you've had for 10 years, you give it to your student, we get up there, and then they go to blow it up and there's a big old hole in it. Or, you know, there was no pump that is specific for that air mattress, that's the only way you can blow up the air mattress, you know. So many times that has happened, and believe me, it's not fun, because when everybody's getting ready to go to bed at like 11 o'clock or whatever on the first night, and then they can't get their air mattress to work, There's two options really. And in rural North Carolina, it's a big pain in the butt to go find a Walmart at 11 o'clock, one that's 24 hours. And two, they'll be sleeping on the floor that night. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So please, if you are sending with an older air mattress, check it out. Make sure it's in good shape and there's no holes. With packing, I would really look at it like three things. Three bags, I should say. One, like a suitcase sort of thing that's going to carry your clothes and all that stuff. Two, your bedding system, your air mattress with your pillow and your blanket. And then three, your carry-on, your backpack, stuff that you will want to have as far as riding on the bus for 10 hours. And if you're carrying a Bible or books or a notebook or journal, your Switch, whatever, that's fine. You want to have a backpack for that. So three things, and that's it. We don't want to have anything else than your suitcase, your bedding, and your backpack. It's in the way we have to pack everything together to make it work. And if we have more than that from students and we don't need it, they shouldn't come. So with clothing, you definitely want to pack some stuff that, and think about it this way too. You're going to be working, and sometimes you're going to be working in situations where there might be paint, there might be a lot of, dirt, whatever. You want to pack stuff that you can get dirty, that you can get paint on, whatever. So you're looking at packing those type of clothes, but you also want to keep into consideration too, that once we're done serving, we're going to be taking showers, we're going to be going out and having fun, or we're just going to be chilling or whatever. You want to get rid of your dirty clothes. So pack for like 2 outfits a day, basically. One to go to work in and one to chill out in for the rest of the day. As always, please keep into consideration modesty. Don't wear anything like obscene or vulgar slogans, logos. You know it's right. Come on. I'm speaking basically on t-shirts, but as far as like just casual wear or anything like that, keep into consideration that modesty factor. We don't want to wear things that are too revealing, and especially in a rural community. I've been in rural communities before where, that's a big problem. It's a big problem. So keep that in your head. Closed-toed shoes. Gotta have closed-toed shoes. That is essential for working. They will not let you go out to the site without closed-toed shoes, but you're more than welcome to bring Crocs or flip-flops or whatever for the casual part of the day. Don't forget your showering stuff. This year, what's going to happen is we will be staying at a UMC church. That's where our camp is. That's where we'll be eating, doing all of our worship time. That is where the girls will be staying. We're going to stay like across the street, the boys. We're going to be staying across the street at a Baptist church, okay? So we'll be sleeping in the Sunday school rooms in the Baptist church. The girls will be staying over here at the UMC church. Both churches do not have showers. So that means we have to go to a third location to take our showers. Like I said, I've been to this location before. This is how they work it. It's just the only way they can do it up there for showers. So the other place where we will take the showers is nice. I do believe that everybody's got their own stall. You do have to take, you have to stagger people going in and out of the showers so everybody can take a shower. So sometimes if you take 20 people in there to get showers after, you finish at your site, that could be like an hour and a half wait sometimes. I don't know. I don't think it's much more than that, but sometimes they will time you. You get in the shower and they're like, oh, hey, you got 5 minutes, get it done, just so we can move it along. That's just how it is, the mission trip. You got to suffer a little bit. Third location for a shower. But what I'm trying to get to is when we leave the work site, 9 times out of 10, we will go to take our showers and then move on with our day. So In your backpack, your carry-on backpack, what I would recommend is having like a drawstring bag or something that you can throw your shower towel in, your soap, your shampoo, whatever else that you're carrying with you. So we can get done with our site, go take our showers, you have it in your backpack, because there is really little time to play with going back and picking up your stuff and then going back over to the showers and stuff like that. There's little time to play with. So just keep that in mind. Keep like an extra little drawstring bag or something that you can throw your shower essentials in. Another thing too is you might want to carry like an extra clothes hanger, because what I find really it works so great is if you take that clothes hanger and you put your wet towel on it, and then when we do get back to the camp after the shower time, you can just hang it up and it's dry for you the next day. Otherwise, you're putting it in your suitcase or you're throwing it on the floor, it gets dirty, it gets moldy, it's gross. So keep that in mind. They tell you to, and by the way, this clothes to pack thing is on the dashboard. You can actually download it. I think I added it onto the email too. So you can print this out and look at it. It's nothing that, I'm going over everything that you'll probably see. I'm just kind of hitting some really important stuff that I want to remind you of that are very essential. Insect repellent, if you're very sensitive to that whole thing, pack it. Sunscreen, pack it. Hat, sunglasses, I mean, anything that's going to help you in the heat, pack it. You don't need all the extra stuff though. And this leads me to something else. Blow dryers, curling irons, all that kind of stuff, you know, razor kits. I mean, you don't need it. I mean, we're there for 5 days. You don't need it, and it's not really essential for what we're doing. We don't need it. And that leads me to, don't bring anything valuable. If you are one of those people that like to wear jewelry, you don't need it. Because I, number one, would hate for you to lose it. Number two, what if it gets stolen? That becomes an issue. If it gets broken. If it's valuable to you, leave it at home. Leave it at home. But another thing too is like laptops and stuff like that, you don't need to bring that. Your phone is sufficient, and the fact that we are allowing you to bring your phones, that's all you need. My only request is with phones is that when we tell you to not use it or to turn it in, or, you know, because we will go to these sites, and a lot of these sites have policies where you can't take pictures. I have to collect the phones and give them back to you when we leave. So you're gonna have to give them to me, and I'll give them back to you. Other times, during the duration of the trip, I will ask you to not use your phones, like during the devotion time in the morning, during the worship time at night. When it's lights out, strict policy, do not use your phones. Oh, we ran into some issues with that. When it's lights out, turn off the phones, okay? So if you can't comply, I will be forced to take your phone. And if it becomes a bigger deal, then I have to call your parents. So please keep that in mind. Anything else as far as packing goes? They do recommend bringing face masks. I don't think you need that. Work gloves, worst case scenario. Most of the time they do have work gloves, so I wouldn't worry about that. But worst case scenario, if we do get into a situation where we all need work gloves, I'll find a way. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Talked about money to bring, valuables, leave at home, paperwork, packing slip. I think that is it. So listen, if you think I haven't gone over something or you have questions still, please ask me. I will get back with you right away and try and answer those questions. Biggest thing you need to worry about right now, get to the dashboard, do the dashboard paperwork. With the paperwork that they're asking you to fill out, which requires, you know, some information about your insurance, blah, 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 liability stuff, there's also a covenant, okay? And your student has to sign that covenant. That's a discipline covenant, okay? That means you are going to be present, be engaged, not fool around. They've got to sign it. And they will hold you accountable to that. And I know I run into some situations where I've had to call parents And I've had to call parents to come and pick up their kids because they weren't behaving right. So please have your conversations with your students about, behavior, what that covenant means. That's one of the reasons why they have you sign that covenant, because they want the student to read the verbiage in that covenant to understand this is something that you need to be focused on and engaged in, and then sign it. I mean, anything that we put our signature on, it means a lot. Okay, it's a contract, right? Please have them look at it. Please make sure that they understand everything about it. But yes, paperwork, dashboard, covenant, get that done. Waivers, paperwork, get those done. If you need the Hyde Park waiver notarized, please get that done. And if you need it notarized, give it to me. I will notarize it. Everything's got to be done before we take off. Please try and not wait till the last minute. Please also don't really put a lot of expectation on me trying to help you get things done with your paperwork or whatever, or things notarized or whatever 15 minutes before we need to leave on that Sunday the 14th. That's a really bad time for me to take care of that. Really bad time. So please try and get it all done. We have a small enough group where I know everybody can get it done and get it done in a sufficient amount of time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, thank you so much. I'm sorry to get this so late to you. Been a busy week, but now that you have it, and if you have any questions, let me know. Take care.